While most artists will work themselves to dust to achieve any morsel of attention, we all have a common understanding that the only fate worse than being unrecognized is being a one-hit wonder. Sure, you still become rich enough to afford infinite prostitutes and people know who you are now, but artistically you'll always be known as the guy who wrote Ice Ice Baby, never as the guy who wrote Hard to Swallow, the Vanilla Ice nu metal album. No disrespect to the guy, I loved him and That's My Boy. The funniest part of the whole movie, swear to God. Whenever a new up-and-comer releases a massive hit, the most important thing in their entire career is what they do next. Do you go on to star in It or Prank Encounters? Do you make Minecraft 2 or get into fights with teenagers on Twitter? In the immortal words of Dr. Dre in the opening track of Kendrick Lamar's album To Pimp a Butterfly, anybody can get it. The hard part is keeping it, motherfucker. Enter Edmund McMillan, co-developer of the hit indie game Super Meat Boy, a challenging platformer from 2010 that became a cultural staple of indie games and gaming in general. But he wasn't done. Almost immediately, he began to co-develop and release a little indie game called The Binding of Isaac, a way more popular game. He had done it, made 2 hits. McMillan wasn't just a one-hit wonder, he was Britney fucking Spears. Enter Florian Himsl, the other co-developer on The Binding of Isaac, and that's it. Now set up with enough money to afford all the prostitutes he could ever need.
Oh god, you went to the Epstein website, Florian? You're not supposed to talk about that.
No, it's just a sugar daddy website.
God damn. Wait.
So it's actually kind of like a real relationship, but then it's also like prostitution. So it's like a really good blend, you know?
And a nice little hobby of being bullied by Monkey Jones' fan base over his movie opinions for free. Many people will be content to just buy a plot of land, thousands of machine guns and dirt bikes, and settle down for a nice quiet life of riding dirt bikes and firing machine guns on your indie gaming compound. But not Florian. Gaming was in his blood, folks, and he had more to give to the world. So, he hobbled to his computer. His eyes rolled back into his head, channeling all the great Austrians who came before him, and about a year later, Ballfrog would release on Steam.
I'm stuck with this stupid fucking butterfly! Fuck this shit!
Have you ever looked at getting over it but thought, yeah, Guy in a Cauldron is cool and all, but what if the whole game played like that Mario Party minigame that Nintendo got sued over? Hashtag sue Florian for free gloves. You control Ballfrog by spinning either your mouse or control stick, you should never play this game with a mouse, and clicking or pressing B to jump, which sends you bouncing around like a pinball. I don't recommend jumping, but you have to. I mean, you don't have to. Most people don't. And most importantly, the tongue ability, which adds a Spider-Man element to the game. That's right, kids, you don't have to wait for the PC port. Spider-Man gameplay is on the Steam store right now. As much as I fucking hate Ballfrog so fucking much, it is pretty addicting if you have a nice comfortable controller and thumbs of steel and iron constitution and lots of trauma to work through and demons in your head who won't let you stop playing the stupid fucking frog game. That being said though, I'm almost certain this game has some bugs in it. And I'm not talking about the flies, which you can use to buy cosmetic items for your Ballfrog in the in-game store. Basically, while playing the game, there's this weird glitch I noticed where over time you just lose connection to the people you once loved as you grow older and become different people, gradually leaving each of you to mourn someone who's still alive but can never exist again in the same way. The hell's up with that? And also your tongue just becomes unstuck at the worst times. So I'm trying to get up on the platform, but then my tongue disconnects, leaving me to fumble around all fuckless. Why is this happening? I just want to get on the haphazardly placed platform! It's possible this is intentional since Florian is an asshole, I just don't know why it would be, since flinging yourself around at high speeds is supposed to be a big part of the game. So I don't get why it would punish you for trying to fling yourself up, but only sometimes, but again, Florian is an asshole who literally made Ballfuck, so who knows. The level design is something else I want to comment on. I don't know how to say this in a way that doesn't sound stupid or ignorant, but it feels very thrown together, like a Mario Maker level where you kind of just add random platforms until you've got a path that's kind of tough to maneuver, but not too much intricate planning really went into it. You just said, fuck it, platforms, until you had a challenge. And look, I'm sure that's how Nintendo makes real Mario too, and maybe it's just because they're a big boy company that I assume they probably made all sorts of sketch sheets and design documents and aren't doing the exact same thing as me in Mario Maker. I don't know dick about level design. I'm just a humble coal miner with 2 weeks left to live before Black Lung takes me out. And I'm spending it playing Ballfrog. This game also has a multiplayer function, which I was lucky enough to experience with Monkey Jones, several fans, and Florian himself the other day because they left their lobby open while they streamed it. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. While multiplayer does make the game way harder and 16 players would be wholly unplayable, it does make the game much funnier, and when I'm normally playing with a scowl on my face, that's a positive. I've been pretty rough on Florian and Ballfrog today, but the truth is, it's a fine game. It's not for everyone, in fact, it might not even be for most people, period. But just because I'm bad at video games and don't feel like getting good at it, that doesn't mean it's a bad game. Even if I don't personally care for it, it's still a fun concept and a neat project. And for $5, what more could you want? Ballfrog is Florian's rebuttal to the sentiment I offered up at the beginning. While it may be a commercial failure, as an artistic one, it's about as good as you can get. Just like Vanilla Ice's new metal album. He said Ballfrog was the game he always wanted, now he has it. So ball it up, you frog bastard. Ball it up.